Oh, traveler. You may want to go back the way you came. Dangerous sorcery is at work here.
That doesn't sound good. What kind of sorcery?
The dangerous kind. Aren't you listening? Sorry, I'm just stressed out. According to the town patriarch, a magi placed a hex on this entire village some weeks ago. They thought the magi's vile promises to be nothing more than the ravings of a madwoman, but her spell work was apparently no ruse. Slowly but surely, the villagers noticed their desires beginning to fade into a dull nothingness, until their passions became extinguished entirely. Now they're left with no way to satisfy the curse, and it's only a matter of time before they begin to die, or worse, become a monster.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Thank Cathara. I was hoping you'd ask. I've tried everything in my power to handle this on my own, but nothing seems to work. The villagers and I settled for boarding them up in their homes to contain any who might turn. To keep everyone safe while I think of something. What I need is something to counteract the Magi's hex, and I have an idea. There's an elixir I've read about in the scrolls. It's a long shot, but such a potion is the only hope these people have.
Do you know where we can find the elixir?
Well, I don't believe the elixir exists anymore. Not in its completed form, anyway. Not far from here is the burial ground of an ancient warlord. And if the stories are to be believed, a recipe for the elixir may lay within his tomb.
What makes you think this warlord would even have something like that?
This warlord, whose name is recorded as Nergaal, was a powerful warrior who hoarded for himself a massive harem, hand-selected out of his conquests. He quickly grew frustrated with his inability to satisfy them all, so he gathered an entire coven of magi to create for him an elixir. An elixir that would give him unnatural lust and sexual endurance. The magi did this obediently, though once Nergaal was sure the elixir worked as intended, he put every magi to the sword, a testament to his cruelty.
If he killed the magi, what makes you think a recipe to the elixir is in his tomb?
Until the time of his death, Nergaal managed to recreate the elixir as often as he needed it. No doubt he knew the recipe and hoarded it for himself. He taunted others with his secret knowledge, and supposedly hid the recipe somewhere only he would think to look. Now, Nergaal had an odd obsession with death, going so far as to rule his little kingdom upon a throne within what he planned to be his eventual burial site. I have no doubt in my mind Nergaal would have hidden the recipe somewhere in his tomb.
Are you sure that this elixir will even help?
I pray that it can. If the legends are to be believed, such a powerful aphrodisiac will be able to counteract the hex and halt the progression of the curse. That's enough history for one day. I'll mark the location of Nergaal's tomb on your map. Hopefully you can find the recipe before it's too late. Bloody magi.
It says the pulp of a yellow fruit. Wait, did the warlord etch the ingredients to his elixir on the walls? Another ingredient! Looks like we'll need some fresh river water. Ugh, I can barely make these inscriptions out. Looks like we need something called Night Lotus? The blood of a murderer? Well, that's awfully specific. This one says I need... See? How many are there?
Good, you've returned. Did you find everything we need? You're back. Please tell me you found something we can use.
I found the recipe for the elixir, and even one of the ingredients.
I can hardly believe it. But then, the scrolls have never led me astray. So, what ingredients do we need?
We need The pulp of a yellow fruit, some river water, something called night lotus, and then semen.
Of course. We can get most of those nearby, but are you sure the recipe calls for night lotus?
I'm positive. Is that going to be a problem?
It might be.
Why is that? Is it rare or something?
Extremely so. It only grows in the dark and in places where its roots can feed off of latent magics in deep, wet places. Caves, usually. Sometimes cisterns. There has to be some night lotus nearby.
Do you know where we could find some?
Not for certain. There are a number of cisterns I know of, not far from here. I'll mark them on your map and you can search them. I'll be surprised if you find any, but we've come so far in helping these people already. We can't give up hope just yet.
What about the other ingredients?
Yes. Remind me what those were again.
One of them was some pulp of a yellow fruit.
Okay, that one is easy. We have some here in the village you can use. Just grab one from the basket over there.
We need some river water too.
Another easy one. You'll have to go down the river and collect some water there. I think I remember seeing a jar on the shore nearby you can use.
And last but not least, we need semen.
Right. Well, honestly, no good last draft goes without it. Surely I don't need to tell you how you can get your hands on some of that.
I need this more than they do.
Find your way here. Come, join me by the fire. What brings you to my humble little hole in the ground, fated one?
I'm looking for a plant called night lotus. Have you seen any here?
How peculiar. Darkness seeking darkness. It is the way with the void, I suppose. Wouldn't you agree? There is, in fact, night lotus in this cistern. But you knew that, didn't you? You could feel it, Go on, then. But one might wonder what you intend to use it for. Will you eat it as I once did? Will you partake of the power you need for the pinnacle moment of your existence in this world? Or will you use it to, perhaps... Yes, perhaps you will use it selflessly. Undo the dark sorcery wrought by yours truly, I must admit, this particular choice of yours is as lost to me as a ship through the fog.
What do you mean by fated one?
Oh, nothing. And everything. We are all fated, are we not? Though none are so fated as yourself. Your spirit burns darkly upon destiny's tapestry, my dear. Surely you know this,
I don't understand.
You will. You will.
Wait, you're the one who cursed the village. Why?
Oh, for what reasons would you find my act satisfactory, Mirth, Revenge, justice, petulance, duty, curiosity. What matters is that what's done is done, and thus, like a bead down a thread, you are here.
You meant for me to come here?
Meant for you to? Not so much as that. But I knew what I would do, and what you would do, and so here we are. You cannot intend for the future to happen as it will, my dear. For it will occur how it will occur, despite any desire, or lack thereof, one way or another. What will you do? Oh, the pain of not knowing.
So this is the Night Lotus. I can feel the power coming off of it.
Please, hurry. Good, you've returned. Did you find everything we need?
I've collected everything we need for the elixir, even the Night Lotus.
Oh, thank the gods for you, stranger. Quickly now, hand them over. There's no time to waste.